Okay, we're back. We're doing the bill here, and we're just undercutting it a little deeper here, making it a little bit rounder. What we're going to do here is we're just going to continue doing our deep cut. And I'm going to do this a little bit at an angle, okay? So it's not completely flat. Just taking a little bit from the side and, just a little bit at an angle. Alright? There's his bill. And, we can trim. Again, it's important to get rid of all the knife marks, all the saw marks, and the rough areas, because when you go to paint it, those areas will get darker if you're not careful. On my last segment, I showed you what I used for a sealer, the acrylic stuff. Let me take a look here. You know what? Let's do it all the way down. No, we'll leave it this way. Something just a tad different. Let's undercut this and just cut this up. All right. Having a little problem with my computer right now, so I'm trying to repair that. It's time for a new one, I think. These laptops only last for a little while. I mean, I've ran this one. I have an Acer, and wow, I'll tell you folks, I don't know. They're all basically the same in my book, but for the price and what I paid for it, and I've gotten two super good, actually, going on my third year with it, and I, did all my taping and everything with it, so it's a super little machine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're undercutting and we're going up this way, okay, rounding that off. We're going to round off that corner a little bit as well. Again, we're going to try to get rid of all the rough marks everywhere. Let me do that now, and we won't have to worry about that later, especially on the hat. These projects are really nice just if you want something small, you don't want to drag something huge with you. That's one thing with power carving. I think a lot of power carvers have to use their tools that you have to plug in, and it can be dusty. With a knife, at least you can just take it along with you. If you're going on a trip, just take your little box with you, take pieces you want to work on, and you're ready to carve. I have a little apron that I use, and if you're interested in an apron, it's a denim one. I have a lady here in town that makes them, and they're pretty neat. Okay, let's see here. We're going to put the brim of the hat on next, okay, because I need to put that little bit of a dip in there. So yeah, the weather has really been odd here, folks. We had snow 2 weeks ago, and you heard that I was chopping up using a chainsaw and sawing and moving stuff with the front end loader at the farm. And now, this past week, it got up into the 70s. It just amazes me, the difference in the weather. So it's going to be a very interesting time, and I heard of what's happening out in Alaska right now too. It's not good. So I haven't heard an update on that lately, but last night they said epic proportions, so interesting. And they said because the ice was melting up there, that the storm intensified because it was over water. So I don't know if we are in global warming. I think we are, but it may not feel like that at times. But anyway, that's for the scientists to figure out. So I'm doing a stop cut at the top. We're going to take this out and around. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the other Santa. We're going to make some really deep V-cuts. I didn't do it as deep on the particular piece that I worked on there, on my other penguin, but I think this will be interesting to see it. And we're going to just round this off just a tad, just to get it a little more round, a little more shaped. Now we'll go back and recut that. A lot of beginners have a hard time with things being square. And I was talking to another carver at the show, and you know, to tell people to save their first couple of carvings if they don't give them away, and you'll see a fast improvement over the year if you keep at it. And I tell all my students the same way: what you're carving today will not be at all what you'll be carving tomorrow, because you start seeing things you didn't see before, and you know, the wood that needs to be removed and that kind of thing. So it's all, you know, it's all perspective, you know, being able to look at something. Okay, so we have that done. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to round off that edge. So we're going to take the tip of the knife, we're going to follow that down. And if it doesn't come out free, we'll go back and recut, just like I did. See how we're getting it nice and deep? You can use a V-tool, I'm not opposed to that. You know, and this one's a very simple project. You should be able to do this in an evening. Easy, in an hour or hour and a half at most. If I had to sit down and really just carve it, probably be about an hour. Okay, if it's a beginner, put another hour with it, because you're not used to the tools and such. That's not including the painting. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're rounding off the edges. Okay, you see it emerging from the block? It's fun, folks, it really is. I'm glad that you folks have joined me here, you know, and that you're able to learn about wood carving, and, you know, I'll keep adding more projects as we go along. This is, well, I've got to think of another project after this. I think I have something new again. I'll always have something new. They might not come as quickly as I like, but they'll be coming. Alright, so what we're going to do here is, on the next segment, I'll show you what to do down here. Alright, that's where we're at right now. Okay, we'll be right back.